What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and welcome back to Dragon Age 2. So, last episode, we took care of the Canary delegates. We actually found that Sir Varnell, working for Sister Patrice, were kidnapping the delegates to torture them to try and pop off this whole Canary versus Chantry war that they're trying to get going here. We did manage to kill Sir Varnell, but of course, Patrice managed to throw him under the bus and worm her way out once again of the consequences of her actions. I'm sure we'll be catching up with her later in the game, but that's where that stands for now. He did gain the Irishok's respect. He said if there is one good thought that he will keep of humanity, it will be about Hawke. He didn't seem very fond of the Viscount. He said the Viscount remains a fool, so that doesn't look like it's going very good. But at least we made some kind of progress with him. Now that we've taken care of that, we're really out of quest here apart from all that remains. And this is, there appears to be a small commotion at the Hawke estate. Find out what's causing it. Well, that's my ancestral home, so we will definitely be going here. Sounds important.
Enchantment! No, Leandra. Leandra.
What's wrong, Uncle?
There you are. Where's your mother? Is she feeling all right?
I'm sure she's all right. Why are you so upset?
Your mother didn't show up for our weekly visit. Is she ill? She is here, isn't she?
No, Gamlen. We haven't seen her all day.
Where could she be?
With her suitor, perhaps?
She has a man.
Suitor? Leandra never mentioned a suitor.
Well, those lilies arrived for her this morning.
And we know all about lilies. If you recall the mage that disappeared and Ghislaine's wife that had disappeared, they all received lilies from a mysterious suitor first, and then we met up with Mr. Dupuis at his mansion. We thought was the initial suspect, and he said his sister had gone missing too, and she also received lilies, so that is a very bad sign.
White lilies? I know something about that.
Don't just leave me waiting. What is it?
There's a killer in Kirkwall who sends his victims white lilies before he takes them. He's murdered several women already. I know someone who might be able to help. Gascard Dupuis.
No. You're wrong. Leandra is fine.
Aveline will get the city guard to keep an eye out. Don't worry, Uncle.
All right. That girl will know what to do. Maybe Leandra took another path to my house. I could have just missed her. I'm going back to Lowtown.
Gamlen seems genuinely concerned.
You might be able to track her more easily once night falls and the streets empty out. All right. The boy and I will stay here in case...
He also seemed quite fond of Aveline though, and convinced that she's very capable. Let's go search for the signs of our mother here. Man, I really don't want to have to go to Bethany and explain some bad shit about our mother. I guess we're just skipping the Aveline portion and taking care of this investigation ourselves.
Wait. You say you saw Leandra?
I told you already. I saw her.
Did you see where she went?
What do I get for telling you?
Coin.
Here's a few silver. Buy yourself some food. And new shoes.
That's real silver, that is. I'm your man, through and through. Tell you everything I know.
Go ahead. Time's a wasting.
That lady was here. She looked like she was going to take the bridge to Hightown. But then a man came up to her. He stumbled and fell over right at her feet like he was dead. His hands were all bloody, like he'd been in a fight. The lady shook him, and I think he said, "Help." She got him to his feet, and he was wobbly. It was funny. Anyway, they left, and that's all I saw.
What did the man look like?
He was a man. He had hair and a nose. And nice clothes. But they were all stained from the blood.
Maybe there's a blood trail we could
It's
follow.
not too late. She could still be alive.
Why would anyone take her? It doesn't make sense.
The man left some blood. Where he fell over. You could follow it.
Why don't you do what the boy says? I'm going to go home in case Leandra shows up.
I don't begrudge the urchin there for getting some coin before he speaks. I mean, he doesn't know the stakes and he's poor. I might do the same thing in his situation.
There are lingering traces of... something. I think this was used for blood magic.
If we hurry, there might be a trail we can follow.
Oh, seems like there is. Yeah, let's get to business on this.
More blood. I'm on the right path. Where is he taking her? There.
This guy should have been handled a long fucking time ago, man.
There. The foundry. They must have gone inside.
The city guard, the Viscount, several disappearances ago this should have been handled. I can tell you one thing.
Strange.
If we run into this piece of shit, he's dead. No exceptions.
I wonder if we'll find more than just a sack of bones this time.
Nice, Anders.
Mother must be here somewhere. We need to look around.
Say that again, please.
There. More blood. They are here somewhere.
Give me a reason, you piece of shit. The fact that he even said that. Real nice character qualities there, Anders.
I'm guessing this leads somewhere.
This wasn't here before. Mother must be down there. With him.
Blood magic. I would have probably hit Anders right there if this was real. In real life, and he said that shit. I would have probably just fucked him in the mouth. Now we protect the mages. Popping on buffs. Speed up. He could summon the whole fucking deep roads up here and it wouldn't be enough. Doesn't look like our mother.
Mother! Alessa?
Do we know Alessa? He said it like he knows her, but I'm not sure. I don't recall who Alessa is. Used quicklime to preserve her feet. Unsure whether the texture of the skin is to my liking. Will try other methods. And the body's on the floor now. Well, she still has her feet, so he didn't take them. I guess he didn't like the texture. Yeah, we're gonna be very thorough down here because not only everything going on with the serial killer is important for the general story, but who else is aware of what's going on with this guy is important too. Scribbled note, Merrin. It's a pretty name. I saw her hands. Long, slender fingers, fair skin, the hands of a lifelong scholar. Oh, to lock my own clumsy fingers in hers again.
I know this locket. It belongs to Mother.
Yeah, we're gonna get to business with this guy.
Live here.
I would have wanted to before all this. Mind if you could unlock that for me to use more.
What is this?
Oh, that's a pretty little shrine.
The woman in the painting. She almost looks like Mother.
A shrine dedicated to a wife? A sister?
I need to find her. Now.
Where's Gascard? Where is anybody? We said we were going to get help for this, and then we just didn't. We just came right here. And I understand the urgency, but...
Necromancy. And here I thought I was twisted.
Why would he have these? What's he planning?
This is the important one here. A letter from the Circle. My dear friend, I have obtained the books you requested. I'll leave them at our usual hiding spot. Please collect them as soon as possible. I would hate to see them in the wrong hands. Your last letter was fascinating. You have proven me wrong once again by doing the impossible. I shouldn't have doubted your resolve, and I hope you will keep me apprised of further progress. Your friend and colleague, O. And we haven't met him yet, but the first enchanter of the Circle is Orsino, meaning O. And the first enchanter is pretty much the only one that would be able to procure books on necromancy and raising the dead for somebody outside the Circle and smuggle it out. It's exclusively, well, almost exclusively, only could be the first enchanter that is doing this. So he knows all about this serial killer and all about him preserving and raising the dead and raising his little demon army down here. And not only does he support this and he's buddy friendly with him, he's also supplying this with books. So if we ever meet the first enchanter, we're gonna have problems with that shit. Today is our anniversary. I'd hoped to complete my work before now, but one piece is missing. I'm so sorry, love. Please wait a little longer. I haven't forgotten my promise. When I see it, I'll know. I would know that face anywhere. And so he has a shrine to a dead wife. He's reading books on necromancy and preserving and raising the dead, and he's being supported by the first enchanter from the Circle of Kirkwall. You can see it's getting quite dark already with what you can imagine is going on here.
I was wondering when you'd show up. Leandra was so sure you'd come for her.
Where is she?
The smile on his face, keep that in
You will
mind.
never understand my purpose. Your mother was chosen because she was special. And now, she is part of something greater.
I don't want to hurt anyone. Release my mother, and we'll go.
She's here. She's waiting for you.
And you can already see the stitch marks.
The impossible. I have touched the face of the Maker and lived.
That is a temporary state of existence for
Do you know what the strongest force in the universe is? Love. I pieced her together from memory. I found her eyes, her skin, her delicate fingers. And at last, her face. Oh, this beautiful face.
So our mother is already gone.
Why to find you again?
Cut her head off and stuck it on whatever this is.
And no force on this earth will part us.
You little cockroach are very, very, very fucking dead. Drop your little bitch shield. Watch what happens. Fucking Quentin. Your ass is mine. Fucking coward. And I don't even know if there's anything left of our mother in the...
Mother!
I mean, she had her head cut off, so she's already dead. Maybe with the brain and the magic, there's something.
There's nothing I can do. His magic was keeping
But I
her
doubt it.
alive.
I knew you would come.
Don't move, Mother. We'll find a way to...
Shh. Don't fret, darling. That man would have kept me trapped in here. Now, I'm free. I get to see Carver again. And your father. You'll be here alone.
I'll miss you.
My little boy has become so strong. I love you. You've always made me so proud.
Yeah, Orsino better hope that I never get the chance to return that debt, because I know you, bitch, and I know you were involved.
Did you find her?
I'm sorry, Uncle. She's gone.
You were right about the flowers and everything. I can't believe she's gone.
Keep in mind, Anders never met a mage that wanted to rule anything or do anything or be anything, and the first enchanter of Kirkwall's fucking circle is fueling that shit. Everything we've seen in this game, and Anders still spouts what he spouts. Everything Anders saw in Dragon Age Awakening, and he still spouts what he spouts. Shit like that is why the circle is necessary. And shit like the first enchanter being in on all that kind of stuff. Mages just mixing their little fingers in things because they have the power to play God. Stuff like that is why the Templars need to exist, and why Knight Commander Meredith will not find much backlash from me in this game.
I was too late.
So you're to blame. If you'd been quicker or stronger, you could have... She could be...
Him having me to blame is gonna
Why her?
help him in the long run.
Why Leandra?
The killer used Mother to magically reconstruct his dead wife. They had the same face.
What sort of nightmarish magic is that? Oh, Maker! Maybe the Templars are right. Lock the mages up. Throw away the key.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. It's an emotional reaction, and there are some good mages, but they do need to be in the circle, and they do need to be watched, and it's all for things like this. So you don't have to worry about non-mages doing that. They might be murderers, rapists, thieves, thugs, and all that stuff, which is all condemnable, and they should be locked up too for all those crimes. But you don't have to worry about somebody cutting body parts off innocent women and stitching them together to raise their dead wife, because they don't have the capacity to do that. He's right about just locking them up. Not in a prison, but in a circle. And like the choice there is, what about Bethany, because she's a mage. But she's happier in the circle, and they are allowed to leave once they pass. The problem is, Quentin there wasn't in the circle, was he? And the first enchanter is taking things protected by the circle, books put in the circle to keep out of the hands of mages who aren't watched in the circle, and he's letting that be smuggled out. If you research, I'm sure he would justify it as the progression of magical science, and well, the research needs to be conducted for the enhancement and advancement of humanity. But what he really means is just he's a piece of shit, and he values his machinations and what he thinks might be possible in the world over the human existence it costs to find out. And like I said, if I ever get the chance to return the debt of my mother to him, then I'm absolutely going to, and he's gonna wish that he hadn't signed that paper.
Mages have always been trouble. They will always be trouble.
Magic's always run in this family. It's a curse. Now even your mother's fallen victim to it. I wish you'd never told me what that twisted son of a bitch did to her. I wish I hadn't asked. I hope you killed him. Good. I hope it hurt.
I made it hurt as much as the game would allow.
I will deal with breaking the news to Bethany. You've enough on your mind.
Steve,
take care, my boy.
For as angry as Gamlen is, and for as upset as he is, he's still backing us up right there. He's gonna go tell Bethany because he knows that I gotta process this shit too. He's a good uncle somewhere deep down in there.
I feel I should say something.
I know you're not good at emotional stuff.
At least your mother loved you. Not everyone can say that.
I'm going to hold on to my memories of what she was, not the thing Quentin made of her.
And just think, you stopped him. Quentin's never going to hurt anyone again. I think no matter what, she'd be proud of you.
Well, I see what she's trying to do there, and for as much as it does grant me some comfort that the guy who did that is dead and can't ever do it again, doesn't really do much to stem the bite. That is a very sad end, and the Hawke family has a lot of sad ends. I mean, Carver's dead, the father's dead, Bethany's in the circle now for life, and now our mother's dead. Like Hawke could have said there, he's an orphan now. Everybody's passed on but us. So we have Aveline here, and friendly concern. We'll go talk to these companions before we do any of this, but we have demands of the Queen. And following the Queen, which is a letter from the Viscount. We're not going to do that stuff just yet. Let's give a respectful arc to what we have going on here with Hawke's mother before we jump into any other stuff, you know. I think Gamlen deep down is, like I said, I think he's a good uncle, and I like the way he handled that cutscene. I mean, he processed all the different emotions that you get from such an event, and then ultimately he helped us. He said, "Take care, my boy," and I really believe he meant that. It's gonna be hard on everybody. I'm sure Bethany's having a real hard time processing that in the circle, not being able to be around family. I'm sure that sucks for her a lot.
And then Hawke tore the door clean off its hinges, walked into the room, and... I guess we'll finish this later.
In the middle of telling my tall tales, are you, Varric?
Of course, Hawke. Actually, I've been meaning to talk to you. I hear you and the Rivani have something going. So, what's going on, Hawke?
Did you cut that off because she's right here, or...?
You wouldn't bring this up just to gossip. What's on your mind?
Shows what you know. I would definitely bring this up just to gossip. I didn't, but I would. Listen, as your friend, I feel like I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't say something. Isabela is a great girl, but I think you're likely to get hurt. By which I mean stabbed and left for dead.
In all the time you've known me, have I ever given you the impression that I was turned off by crazy?
Okay, Point
Yeah,
taken.
I can fix her. It's a common mindset among people, isn't it? I'm not plagued by that. I just like Isabela in this game. I think she's pretty well-meaning. I'm a sucker for characters like that have flaws but ultimately redeem themselves. That's why I like Morrigan so much in Origins. She starts off pretty closed off and shrewd, but eventually she opens up, learns what it's like to have a true friend or feel actual genuine love, and then she comes around. I like characters that have arcs like that. The vanilla good guy, like Aveline, for example, or Meryl has some flaws too. She's just not my type. She's a little too cutesy for me. But characters like that, they never really interest me too much. I like the flawed characters that need redemption and have stuff going on beyond just being the good guy.
Hawke. I don't care what else is going on. We haven't spoken about Leandra. How are you?
My mother is dead. My heart's broken.
I suppose I could say, at least you knew yours. But that seems more about me than you. I just have flashes of impossibly long hair. But my father... Would you like to hear one thing?
You've never talked about him.
My father trained me in all the skills he had been forced to give up. He spent everything to get me into Kaelin's service. Do you know what I remember? When he read to me, stupid things, dragons and heroes. He wouldn't turn a page until I reached over and took his hand. That big man made every step of the story my choice. I loved that. He died of the wasting in Adenirim ward. Those last weeks, I read to him. I had to take his hand to turn the pages, and I couldn't tell if he was too weak, or if it was the old game. He smiled at that, at his big girl. I don't know why I'm telling you this.
It's a nice story.
Drink?
Absolutely.
A glass for those we've lost.
All right then. Benoit Dulac and Leandra Hawke. Don't let anyone tell you when to move on. Take their hand and say, my choice. That's all I have. I'll miss her too.
What you have was pretty good. Choice is important. Interesting that her second name is Dulac too. Obviously it's Aveline Valenne now because of Wesley, but before she was a Dulac. And it seems like her father really wanted her to be something, be a hero and all that. Spent every penny getting her there. And I think he'd be very proud of her too, given how far she's come and how much she's accomplished. Captain of the guard, keeping people safe best she can. Now obviously, in reality, I would have some bitterness and resentment towards the city guard for not doing anything about the killer. If you recall, the Viscount and the city guard were all saying they didn't really see any connections. The Templars too said they didn't think it was worth investigating or that it had merit. And well, it turns out it had a lot of merit, especially to us. But I appreciate the words from everybody, really. Varric didn't seem to know how to handle that, but I guess that's not really Varric's thing, is it? And Aveline and Isabela did their best, and I think ultimately what they both said is pretty well-meaning. I like a lot about what Aveline said about choice. Grief is a process, and choosing to process and deal with that your own way, and keeping hold of things until you're ready to let go of things is a very good thing. Things being your choice gives you control where otherwise you wouldn't have. And it's not something you need to get over, it's something you will get over when you are ready. And I think having that as a choice is very good. And her sharing something about her father created a pretty solid moment of bonding there that I think was good.
Leandra, dead? I can't believe it.
Here's Gamlen hanging out with that dog. Alright everybody, well, given that that's all squared away now, and the only thing we have left to do here is the following the Cune quest, I think that'll be a pretty good place to wrap this up. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, please do check out my Patreon in the description below. There's free tiers and paid tiers, so any kind of support that you can offer is very much appreciated. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Dragon Age 2. Take care everybody, have a great day. Peace.